Hey guys, what's going on? Micro here, and today in Cologne, Germany, we got the world reveal of the Black Ops 3 Esports. That's right, guys. Being a competitive Call of Duty player, that's what I'm basing my channel on. This is a huge deal for me and anyone that loves to play game battles or UMGs or just competitive Call of Duty in general. To start this thing off, guys, we finally got confirmation that Call of Duty Esports is moving to PlayStation 4 this year. No big shocker. I know people are acting like they're surprised, whatever, but I think we all knew this was coming, guys. So, competitive is moving to PS4. That means the pro circuit, all the tournaments are going to be played on the PlayStation 4, and that's going to be the primary system for this game, which is awesome because I already have a PS4, and I was going to move to Xbox One if it didn't move to PS4, but I'm glad I don't have to do that now. I get to stay on my favorite system, which is the PlayStation 4. Now that that's out of the way, guys, let's get this started off with the first topic of discussion, which is essentially the league play of Black Ops 3, the arena. So like I said, this is essentially league play from Black Ops 2, just reskinned, revamped, and everything's been improved on it from the looks of it. So it looks like Master Division, well, they were calling it the Elite Master Division, is going to be the highest ranked. Whether that's something different from Master Division or whether that's just a new name, that's yet to be seen, but from what the looks of it, it seems like Master Division, once again, is going to be the highest ranked. And now I want to read a quote from the It's All Viral website uploaded by Who Is Immortal, because this pretty much sums up league play, or arena as they're now calling it, pretty much to a T. And I quote, "You rank up based on wins and de-rank based on losses. For every 5 ranks you gain, you must string together more wins in order to rank higher. For each game you quit out of, you'll lose 2 rank positions. You win, you rank up. You lose, you rank down." End quote. So there you have it, guys. League play, just reskinned, revamped, is back in Black Ops 3. Everyone knows and loves it, and I think it's going to be very good from this time around. You win, you gain points. You lose points. If you rage quit, you lose even more points and possibly get demoted. You get put on probation. All that type of good stuff that we love to see rage quitters get penalized with. And that seems really good for the people that are serious about competitive and they actually want to play league play at a competitive level. So next on deck, guys, we have the bans and protect system, which is completely new to competitive Call of Duty. Vonderhaar was talking about how he didn't just want to go banning everything and how all this stuff is controversial on whether or not each individual person thinks that this should be banned because it's not competitive, or this should be banned because it's anti-competitive, and things of that nature. So what Treyarch and Vonderhaar did was they came up with the bans and protect system. And I want to start this off with a quote, and this is from John Rafak's blog of the Treyarch announcement. And I quote, "With this system, each player gets one or multiple votes that they can use to either ban or protect a specific piece of content from creator class, score streaks, or specialist." End quote. So during the press conference, we actually got to see an example of this. So basically what this means is it's a pre-game process in which the team gets, I think it was 30 seconds, that each person, it would go the first person on each team, then the second person on each team, the third, etc., etc. The first people would get to either vote for something they'd like to ban or protect from anything that in the created class section. That includes score streaks, specialist abilities, perks, whatever it may be. They get one thing that they can either ban, they don't want anyone in the game to use, or they can protect, which means no one in the game, in their game could ban it. And then it goes to the next people, and they get to do the same thing, and the next, and etc., etc. So essentially, they're trying to take away the strengths from the opponents, keep the strengths for their teammates or possibly themselves. And it's going to be interesting to see what this does to competitive Call of Duty. It seems like Treyarch, they were taking an approach of really giving the players the input on whether or not things should be banned. And that's very interesting. I think it's going to be really good, guys. We're just going to have to wait and see. But I think Treyarch really has something interesting going here, and they're really putting it in the community's hands on what they should actually do, which is a great idea because, as we all know, Call of Duty communities, whether it be snipers, competitive players, or anything, they like certain things, they don't like certain things, and we're just going to have to wait and see, guys. But in my opinion, this looks to be one of the better improvements of Call of Duty competitive. Moving on from there, guys, our next thing are specialists, and more specifically, the specialist draft. That's right, guys. I was personally hesitant on whether or not specialists should be included in competitive. I immediately, with a closed mind, said no specialist should be in competitive. That's bull. If someone gets that Annihilator pistol and search and destroy and ends up killing me one shot, I'm gonna be heated, and I was just really closed-minded to it. And the way Treyarch is approaching this seems to work really well, and it opened my mind a little bit to if specialists are actually gonna work in competitive Call of Duty. And that really goes down into the specialist draft, which is very similar to the style of the bans and protect system, on which it's designed for competitive Call of Duty, and it happens in a specific time in a pre-match selection. Now, in this process, each player gets a certain amount of time, and actually each team gets a certain amount of time to pick what specialist abilities or weapons that they want to use. But here's the catch. That is no longer on the table. Each team can only use that special ability one time. So say the first person on a team chooses the Annihilator pistol. That means that no one else on that person's team can choose the Annihilator pistol. It is off the tables. And that really gives me a peace of mind there, because that means that a single team cannot go around running with 4 Annihilator pistols in a search and destroy match and just dominate in that fashion. And that really raises a skill gap, because it forces a team to really think about who's running what specialist ability or weapon and when to use it, who's better with certain things, and things of that nature. And Treyarch was not just focused on the gameplay and giving the players more control. They also wanted to make Call of Duty Esports more enjoyable for the fans that are watching, which means improving the casters, what they have at their disposal, and really how they view the action when watching the tournaments. So now we see that the casters have free range with the settings, both in pre-game, they could set all their settings before the game even starts, but they can also tweak these settings within the game if they accidentally messed up, or if, you know, how Maven sometimes doesn't know how to run the bus. If you guys are into competitive Call of Duty, you guys will get that one. But they really just gave the casters free range in customizing their settings. And then a big part of this is the quick settings menu that the casters have the common settings, so they could really keep up with the action without taking too much away. Not only that, guys, now the casters can change the team names and color schemes. We saw this at events, but it was only available at tournaments for the casters to do there. And now you can do this in your own home. If you're an aspiring caster, it's there for you at your disposal at the launch of the game. Now, even more exciting news, guys, that we got at this event was we have some fan favorites returning to the game modes in competitive Call of Duty. Now, from Advanced Warfare, it made its debut, and it quickly became a fan favorite with how fast it played and just how intense the game mode was to watch at all. That's right, guys. Uplink is back, which is amazing because, like we said, it instantly became a fan favorite because of the way it's played, and it's just a ton of fun to watch. Now, Search and Destroy, obviously, is back as a competitive game mode, but from what we've seen, it disappointed me a little bit because it's no longer a best of 6 in Search and Destroy, or it's the first to win 6 rounds. It is back to the old classic style, public match style of Search and Destroy, which is it is the first person to win 4 rounds. That kind of upsets me because I was really a big fan of the 6-round Search and Destroy where you switch between offense and defense. I'm pretty sure you still switch between offense and defense between each round, but it's the first to 4 and not the first of 6. Some of you may be excited for that. I personally am not, but we'll just have to wait and see. Maybe I'm not in the minority here and a lot of you feel that way and it'll get changed. We just don't know, but until then, I'll just have to deal with it. Now, other than that, we do have CTF returning. We all know that it was removed from the rotation in Advanced Warfare because of the way the spawns worked, but they are going to try it again in Black Ops 3. Maybe Treyarch has gotten the spawns down, and maybe it'll just be a really good game for CTF as where Advanced Warfare was not, which is totally fine because that extra hardpoint in there it made it all the better. Speaking of Hardpoint definitely is returning, but it's a little bit different. It's not going to be too big of a deal, but it's just going to make sure where every Hardpoint game is actually finished. Because the score limit, once again, is 250. We all know that from Hardpoint. Each Hardpoint rotation is 60 seconds, nothing new there. And the time limit is 10 minutes, nothing new there. The twist is that the time limit of the game only depletes when no team is controlling a hardpoint. So this is almost guaranteed to have every single hardpoint game finished unless both teams are playing very passively and it's just a really boring game. Now the final thing on the agenda here, guys, is actually really exciting for Call of Duty Esports in general, and it's almost sure to grow the audiences of each tournament and just get casual players in general more interested in actually putting competitive in their face, so they're forced to acknowledge it at least a little bit. And that, guys, is the live event viewer. Now, it's going to be that any player that owns the game can watch the tournaments or the events straight from the home screen of Treyarch. That's right, guys. It's going to be in your face whenever there's a UMG tournament, MLG tournament. It's going to be on the Black Ops 3 homepage right when you start the game. And that's going to intrigue some casual players that might not know about competitive Call of Duty or really follow it as much, so they don't know when the tournament starts, anything of that nature. Now, when they feel like playing some Black Ops 3, they'll hop on, and they might eventually, start watching these tournaments and get into competitive Call of Duty. So that's definitely going to grow the audiences and maybe even the participation in competitive Call of Duty. And of course, that all depends on how Treyarch does these advertisements for when the tournaments are on. And personally, if it's like Advanced Warfare, when the new DLC comes out, it's just a little screen that pops up and says, download the Supremacy DLC now and press square to go to the store. I don't think that works very well because more often than not, I won't even pay attention to those. I'll just exit out of it. But hopefully, I don't have any ideas. The people that work at Treyarch are smart people, and they could find out a better way to do that. That'll really just force people to see that, hey, this competitive tournament's going on right now. It's going to be a ton of fun. Come check out what's going on and let's have some fun together. And thank you guys so much for watching this video. I do appreciate it. Let me know what you guys think about competitive Call of Duty in Black Ops 3 down below in the comment section. Give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed the video. Share it around. Let's get this out there. Let's grow my channel together, guys. And once again, thank you guys so much for watching. I really do appreciate it, guys. And until next time, guys, I will catch you later. Peace out.